Sim, this is your first time in Italy after your first show last night in Bologna, tonight here in Vasto, and I've read you've tried to come here since 1985 or something, and how come you've never done it?
One of our first concerts in London, there were a couple of Italian boys there, and they said, "Oh, we've got a club in Italy, we need to get you over." And at the time we'd never played outside Britain. We just played in, mostly in Glasgow, and then playing in London was quite, and I was like, "Oh, someone's going to bring us to Italy," and everyone's like, "Wow, no, that's amazing," and it just never happened. And then so we always got offers for everywhere, but not Italy. Yeah, I don't know why. So it's been really nice to come here, and it's it's such a beautiful country, and it's a pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure, actually. And so, right off the stage, how was that? How was the show here?
It was good. Just when before we went on, I fell off the stage and I twisted my ankle, so I was a bit kind of like, so I couldn't really. It wasn't as lit. Yeah, it wasn't lit, and then I just kind of like fell, and so I was distracted. But I thought there were some really nice moments tonight. I thought we played Baby Honey quite well, and a couple of others, but. Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was nice.
Well, among so many different things you've done as a band in years, there is this pretty peculiar one, which is the recent launch of a Pilsner's beer, Pastels. I have read that you have created together with Domino and this Danish brewery, Musica, and that sounds like a very interesting story. Tell us about it, please.
Well, the art director of Musica, they've got a very... there's just an explosion of craft beers. Just now everyone's really into microbreweries and craft beers. Michele's got a very good reputation. So the art director, Keith Shore, is a really big Pastels fan. And they're doing a series of beers with groups. And they asked us first, but Mastodon, the metal group, They've got one, and I think theirs is going to come out first, and then theirs is really strong, and it's got kind of, angry looking, and ours is a kind of Pilsner. I think it should be quite nice.
Actually, and the Pastels have been around for a very long time, with the band having seen many different members and contributors throughout the years, and so one could say it's like a large family, a place where friends come and go. Does it feel like a family to you?
Yeah, it's, in some respects. I think the core of the group was, after a while, became myself and Katrina and Annabelle and bass Aggie, and Annabelle's partner is Tom. So Tom started playing with us in the 90s. So he's been in the group really a long time too, and there's probably been 3 or 4 different phases, but we only when we split up in the first time, we didn't do it very well because we were young and kind of didn't really know how to do things like that, and it was a bit ugly. But after that, it was all people that stayed friends, so we're all it's a nice atmosphere. We always, if someone's not available. Gerard from Teenage Fan Club said he wasn't able to. He was playing with us for a long time. He's probably still playing some of our records. But when he was unavailable, we decided to get Jamie to play bass, because I knew he was a good bass player, but also I knew he'd fit really well into the group, because and that's important too. It's not always about having the best musicians to play the best music. It's just having a nice collection of people's as important.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. It's like a family. Is it like going back home?
Yeah, I think we all we see each other a lot in Glasgow. Well, I mean, obviously Katrina and I are a couple, and then Tom's one of our closest friends. So, and Tom's got a group, International Airport and Geographic. So, probably see Tom the most. But we're all friends. We all get on well, you know. And Alison's Katrina's sister, so see her quite often too.
And one last question: any plans for the future?
Yes, we're working on 3 or 4 things. That probably we're working on a couple of retrospectives of music. Kind of one which will be more recent music, some unreleased kind of sessions and things that never came out, and a few things that are out of print. And we did some theatre music and some filming, so some of that. And then also we're getting the rights back to our earlier music, so we're going to do that. And then I'm involved in a film we're making. It's going to be a documentary about the 1980s, but there's not going to be any talking heads. It's just going to be right in the moment. It's just archive footage and voiceover, because we've got a lot of really beautiful film from the 80s of My Bloody Valentine and Primal Scream and the Jesus and Mary chain, and it's going to be called A Scene in Between. There's a book with the same name, and the person who wrote the book's involved in this project too, so we're quite excited about that. And so we're just the moment we're just trying to get all the film together and get it nicely transferred. But it was in the 80s, there were a couple of people who were really talented filmmakers, and they've got really good archive. And the director's going to be Paul Kelly. He made a film about Lawrence from Felt, and he's made a lot of films in collaboration with St Etienne about London. And he made a film about Dexys, Kevin Rowland, and I think he's really good, and he's quite an old friend, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm also editing a book on DIY music, which is the kind of music that I got into when I was really young, you know, the kind of late 70s, early 80s music, a lot of the rough trade stuff and from that period. So that's so if any of them, I don't know if they'll all work. Well, they will. I think they will, but I don't. They might not all happen immediately. But that's the thing. That's what I'm doing mainly. So.
Interesting. I can hardly wait till I see it.
Yeah, I hope they're good. We try to make everything as good as it can be. And, yeah. So.
Thank you so much for everything you've done with your music. Thanks.
Thanks for being very, it's a lovely interview, and I'm sorry I'm kind of just a bit, but thank you.